I'm Chris. Oh, there she is. All right. This is Hanging with the Family. Yeah. We got Heaven with us. Margie will be joining us here just a second, and we are going to be talking about, you know what we're talking about today, Heaven?
I know we're talking about the leniency in masks. That's all.
I know we're talking hold on. About... Sorry. Hey, Mar. Go ahead, Heaven. I'm sorry.
That was it. I was done.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So let's take a look, shall we? Your mom will be in here in just a second, so maybe I should.
Okay, I might switch to the computer in a second too.
All right, that's no problem. We'll still be here. All right, so yeah, we talked about it a little last night on Gonzo's stream, but actually, you know what? How long are you going to be here?
What?
How long are you gonna? You said you couldn't stay the whole time.
Yeah.
How long are you gonna be here?
We said we were gonna go to dinner at 7.
Okay. Well, all right. So let's go with something a little funner. How's that sound?
Okay.
All right. So its latest survey ranks the most popular rides at Walt Disney World across every state. So this is going to tell us what state likes what. I think. It says survey results clearly show that when asked to rate their most favorite Walt Disney World ride, regardless of specific park location, that the Magic Kingdom, the oldest and the most recognized areas within Disney World, was the clear leader, in fact, of the top 10 most popular rides overall. All but one was located in the Magic Kingdom. So let me see. Well, I thought it was gonna maybe I gotta click on it to have it show. Man, why is it so small? I wanted to see what state would like what. Oh, I gotcha. There we go. All right. So it tells me what state. It tells us what state is the most popular ride. All right. So it's in an alphabetical order. So it's starting with Alabama. Okay. I'm getting an idea why I didn't like Alabama. Do you know what Alabama's most popular ride is at Disney?
What?
The Astro Orbiter.
Well.
Alaska is Enchanted Tales with Belle.
Well, that's cool. Hey, I'm going to join on the computer. I'm going to click to join now, and then I'm going to leave this at the same time.
All right. Arizona is Space Mountain. Arkansas is Enchanted Tales with Belle. California is the Haunted Mansion. Colorado is It's a Small World. Connecticut is Space Mountain. Delaware is the Country Bear Jamboree. Florida is Space Mountain. Georgia is Haunted Mansion. Hawaii is Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Idaho is the Haunted Mansion. Illinois is the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Indiana, where we're from, is Space Mountain. Iowa is Space Mountain. Kansas says Jungle Cruise. Maybe I need to move to Kansas. Kentucky says It's a Small World. Let me pull up the live chat. So, hey, Journey Awaits. So, let's see. Louisiana, the biggest popular ride for Disney in Louisiana is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Maine is Pirates of the Caribbean. Maryland's is Pirates of the Caribbean. Massachusetts is It's a Small World. Michigan is Space Mountain. Minnesota is Space Mountain. Mississippi. Hold on, I might have to bring Heaven back in. All right, there we go.
I've been back since I left. I literally clicked to come back and left at the same time.
Okay. Mississippi's is Avatar Flight of Passage. Missouri is Space Mountain. Montana is Splash Mountain. Nebraska is Flight of Passage. Nevada is Space Mountain. New Hampshire is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. New Jersey's is Space Mountain. New Mexico's is Haunted Mansion. New York is Space Mountain. Let's see. Ohio, It's a Small World. Oklahoma, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Oregon is Haunted Mansion. Pennsylvania, Haunted Mansion. Rhode Island is Expedition Everest. South Carolina is Space Mountain. South Dakota is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Tennessee, Space Mountain. Texas, Haunted Mansion. Utah, Haunted Mansion. Vermont, Haunted Mansion. Virginia, It's a Small World. Washington, Pirates of the Caribbean. West Virginia, Haunted Mansion. Wisconsin, Splash Mountain. And Wyoming is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Wait, what did you say West Virginia was?
West Virginia is Haunted Mansion.
Oh my God.
Why?
Katie's from West Virginia and Haunted Mansion is her favorite ride. What was ours? Space Mountain.
Ours was, yeah.
And Wisconsin was Splash Mountain. What was Florida?
Florida was Space Mountain.
Oh. Okay.
Katrina, really? Mar. Oh, so yeah, I just thought I'd pop that in there because I thought it was kind of interesting. So I wonder who they surveyed because I didn't get to take a survey and tell them what I thought was mine. But
it was probably the people that when they're asking on the way in and out of the park.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. You're probably right. Instead of actually having a survey in each place. So, all right. Let's see. So as we were talking about Tuesday night, Disney to relax mask policy at Walt Disney World theme parks. Disney has today modified its mask policy for Walt Disney World to slightly loosen the requirements for when masks must be worn at the theme park. Specifically, the latest update began April 8th, 2021, allows guests to remove masks when they are taking photos outdoors while social distance. Masks must be worn at all times in accordance with the original guidelines for the park's reopening back in July 2020. Exceptions include when dining or swimming and while actively eating or drinking, but must be stationary and maintain appropriate physical distancing. The new policy will also apply when taking photos with Disney's PhotoPass photographers who are stationed around the parks. So Disney's strict mask policy, and in particular not allowing guests to remove masks during photos, continued to be a pain point in the parks. Cast members are frequently have to enforce the mask use as guests take photos and often receive some pushback from the guests. The new policy should go a long way to help to reduce those confrontations. This is the first time since the reopening that Disney has been able to loosen mask requirements. Previous updates have been seen stricter guidelines introduced. Today's update also comes alongside recent comments from Orange County Mayor Demings that suggest he may be in a position to cancel the mask mandate for the county in June 2021. So, I mean, you could kind of get away. If you think about it, wouldn't swimming while wearing a mask be like waterboarding? You don't have to wear a mask when you're swimming.
Well, I think that's what she's saying. Like, isn't that what that would be like? Like,
I
I
guess.
don't know. That's what I feel like when I'm working out. When I put my
Right.
mask back on and I like just walk across the gym to the next place, I'm like,
But yeah, like I said, I believe masks will be gone by 2022 completely.
oh, especially with the vaccine. Like, I think we're
Yeah,
headed towards the right direction now. And
yeah. I don't know where's Florida at with vaccine right now. Do you know what the ages are?
yeah, 16 and up
Yep,
started 3 days ago.
that's what it is in Indiana.
It might be 18 and up, but I don't remember if we're 16 or 18, but whatever it is, it started 3 days ago. Disney said, like, if you can give us an idea if you can tell us before your appointment and try to help you out, we can help you. There will be you won't get in any kind of trouble if you miss your shift, as long as you make us aware in advance.
Right. No, Mar, they don't at Walt Disney World. If you're in the pool, you don't have to wear the mask, but they still want you to like socially, or how they say it. What is it? Physically distance
from
from
other guests.
others. So I got a letter from the kids' school today saying next year the mask will be optional, and it's 16 and up, with high schools are giving the kids the shot.
I do have to say that I'm a little disappointed that the photo thing is happening, where they're allowed to take their masks off for photos.
Right.
But we're still required to wear these face shields. I understand that it's for my safety, but I also feel like if we're getting lax enough that we can make that movement, and that if we're making like that the county is about to stop it, I just really wish it was an option for me. While I do want to stay safe, that face shield sucks.
Yeah. I don't know. I just walked into Casey's today and he wasn't wearing a mask, but he was wearing a face shield.
No, I don't want the face shield. The face shield, sometimes it fogs up. I struggle to see. I'm in a lot of safety critical positions sometimes. Like, they have a defogger for it. Doesn't all like it works, but only for so long. Like, I'm ready to not wear the face shield. I'll stick with the mask.
You need to clean it with a shaving cream.
Well, they have stuff like that. Like, they've tried things. Like, it still fogs up. It's just a plexi.
Yeah.
Like plastic. So.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, but they're like Kevin was saying that Reese and her friend was getting in trouble for taking their mask off for pictures. Said they had their mask off for a picture, and a cast member come up and said something, and as soon as she turned around, said Reese and her friend was doing it again. And Kevin's like, they're gonna throw us out.
Well, and I mean, like,
but I told Kevin, I said, there is a way to get away with that. And Kevin said, how? I said, if you're stationary and you're holding a drink.
Well, you have to be drinking the drink. You can't just be holding the drink, because that's what a lot of people are trying to do, is they're trying to be standing there holding their drink and keeping their mask off.
But what I'm stating is, if you're actively drinking,
no, like, even if you're just standing there holding it, if you're just standing there and holding it and you're not like taking a drink at the time, and you're just holding it, taking a drink, waiting a couple minutes, taking a drink, like, you have to have your mask on between drinks then.
Okay, all I'm saying is, if somebody took a picture of you at the time that you were in between short spots of drinks, that's the way it is.
Sure, I guess it's just like, that's the rule it was the rule for a reason. Like, today is the first day of change. Today is the day you're allowed to take your mask off. But otherwise, like, before the vaccine and everything, you can still get COVID. A picture doesn't stop it.
But so I mean, so people who loved going to Disney just for taking pictures and experience, so now you can actually take your picture without a mask on. Yeah. Candy Mom's down there right now. So
I do have a question, because I've only heard so much about it. I didn't hear through, like, I've heard about it at work, but not not through anyone. I heard it from an outlet, like a news outlet source, just like most people. So what is like, so what you just read, I don't know what you're reading from, but what you just read said they can take the mask off for pictures with PhotoPass photographers.
Right.
So do we know, are they making that you can take your mask off for pictures with PhotoPass photographers and only with PhotoPass photographers? Or is that you can take your mask off when you're taking your own pictures too?
This is coming from wdwmagic.com.
Okay, so like I said, I'm just curious.
Hey,
Like, is
Sean.
that I don't know what, like, because like I said, I've not heard a lot myself.
I think what it's saying is it's kind of like the food thing. If you're going to take a picture, like say in front of the purple
Well, yeah,
Instagram wall, you
I'm
have to
only
be
asking.
stationary. Yeah.
Right. I'm only asking though because what you just read, I was under the impression at first when I'd first heard about it from coworkers, I was under the impression that it was as long as you're taking a picture, you can take your mask off, your picture's over, put it back on. But then what you just read said that only that you can take your mask off if having your picture taken with a PhotoPass photographer, which in the
Right.
long run contradicts that you can take a selfie.
I don't know. I thought they were saying both.
Well,
That it
I
was
don't know.
also with.
When I was listening to you, it said PhotoPass photographer. It didn't say anything about your like on your own. So I'm just interested. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I
this is
mean,
ultimately going to make my job, it is going to make my job more difficult because those guests, they can take their picture while on the ride before we send it, but then their mask has to be back up while on the ride.
right. I don't think they mean on rides, Heaven. I think they're talking
No,
about like stationary in front of like the castle or something
I
like
know,
that.
but this
Yeah.
is still going to make my job more difficult, Dad, because you're understanding, yes, they don't mean on rides, but do you know how many guests I already have to ask in a single setting? Hey, by the way, you cannot have your mask off. And they'll say, but I'm taking a picture. And I say, hey, you can't do that anyway. I already have to do that. So now we'll have to wait for them to take their picture, put their mask back on, and then we can send the vehicles.
Right.
Like this, it's there's still gonna be issues.
I'm all I'm saying is we're moving
No,
towards normalcy is all
yes,
I'm
I know. I'm not.
I know. But I mean, the thing is with the way the vaccine's rolling out and everything like that, it's getting more and more to the point that the the masks are going to be there's no reason for them is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Disney has said that they're here to stay for a little while.
Well, I understand that because I mean, obviously not everybody's vaccinated.
Right.
So, and I'm not saying everybody's going to be vaccinated within the next year or within, but eventually, I mean, it's to me, the vaccination should be mandatory. I know people are always like, oh, I don't want to be vaccinated. But the thing
Right.
is you are vaccinated at 5 years old. So,
Well, yeah. I'm just
so
saying, I don't, I understand Disney being more lax with it. I get it. Um, I just think that this specific thing, it's going to cause a little bit of a problem. There's going to be the issue. We're going to I mean, the food and drink, we already have an issue with.
Hi.
right.
I understand that, like, what you were saying, that we're heading back in a normal direction. I was simply just asking what this means though. Like, do we know? Does this mean you can take a picture of just you and your family and you can take it and have the mask off? Or based on what you just read, is it
That's the way
only,
I took it. I thought it was both.
I don't know, everything you read sounded like you had just said only when PhotoPass photographers are taking it. But like I said, when I had first heard about it and read everything, I took it as both as well. But then what you just read made it seem otherwise. And then I was just stating that there's still going to be.
Even though, I mean, right now you're talking about the mayor, Orange County mayor is saying that he can do away with it by June. I'm not saying Disney will follow suit. I'm just saying that's what he's saying.
I think Kevin might have froze.
Did she? Did they lose internet again? She said they lost internet earlier.
I don't know. Hello, Heaven. Are you still there, Chris?
Yeah, I'm still here. Are you there?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, there she is. No, it's both, Heaven. That's what it reads. It's both. Do you hear me, Hev? Yeah, it says the latest update date begins April 8th, 2021, allowing guests to remove masks when they are taking photos outdoors while social distanced. Masks must be worn. I'll wait until she gets back in. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. So no, it says the latest update begins April 8th, 2021, allows guests to remove masks when they are taking photos outdoors while social distance. Masks must be worn at all other times in accordance with the original guidelines for the parks reopening back in July 2020. Exceptions include when dining or swimming and while actively eating or drinking, but must be stationary and maintain appropriate physical distancing. The new policy will also apply when taking photos with Disney Photo Pass photographers who are stationed around the park.
That's the only part. I heard everything else. I didn't catch the part where it was actually saying. So that's why I was questioning, like, okay, so wait, I was under the impression when I first heard about it, but now it's saying this.
I don't want to change the subject, but did you get your hair did?
Hello, Disney trash can.
No.
It looks lighter.
Oh, hi,
Everyone
Katrina.
thinks that I did something to my hair. When I went to leave work the other day, one person said, "Oh, you cut your hair?" I said, "No, I didn't." Another person said, "Oh, it's because you have a side part." I said, "I always have a side part." I walked downstairs 5 minutes later and someone said, "Oh my goodness, I love the new haircut." I said, "I can get my hair cut."
It looks lighter today.
Nope. It's just
looks cute.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
Tuesday they said, did you do anything to it? I said, I didn't wash it. Usually my response is I washed it, but not Tuesday.
All right. Next thing up, Trader Sam animatronic completely removed from the Jungle Cruise at Magic Kingdom as cultural sensitive changes begin. How do you feel about that?
I think that everything that I've read about this already today states that they don't know if it's a permanent removal or not. It very easily could be that they've taken him out to clean him up and put him back in. We don't know until it's all said and done, or until someone announces from Disney, like, yeah, he's gone for good. Everyone in their uprise needs to calm down. Because
I'm just saying,
really no reason to throw a fit about something that you don't know has actually been permanently removed yet.
I don't understand how it has anything to do with cultural sensitivity if they do remove him, is all I'm saying.
I saw comments today that did say he is of East Asian culture. Yes.
If I'm right, he is like a witch doctor, and he shrinks heads. That's more of a South American thing.
Okay, well, nevertheless, he's of a different culture. If all it would take is someone from that culture to be upset about it, or for Disney to expect someone to be upset about it.
I don't think you're gonna have any witch doctor head shrinkers coming to Walt Disney World.
No, but if you have someone from South America upset or South America or East Asia or whatever he is, like, if you have someone from that culture upset about this is how they're being portrayed.
I understand where you're coming from, but do understand there are still tribes down there today that still are not affected by the thing going on. I just don't understand why this would affect somebody. I mean, I understand due to the fact that Disney gets, guests from all outside of the world. I just feel like when it comes to like Americans, we used to be known for having a thick skin, and now it seems like we just get offended about everything.
I I'm not going to comment on this. I'm not going to have that
But
conversation.
no, I mean, I'm just saying, the thing is he's been there for a long time. I don't understand.
But again, I'm not saying, I didn't say Americans were the ones that were offended by this. I'm not saying Americans are the ones that were offended by this. And even if an American was to be the one to say, hey, I think this could be offensive to other cultures, I don't think that's them being sensitive.
Okay, what I'm stating is, and I even said at the beginning, I said, I understand that we have more people coming in from different places, but I said, as for Americans, that's what I said. All right. The thing is he's been there for a long period of time. I would say, and like you said, you don't know if he's been removed because of that, or if he's just been removed to be cleaned up, or maybe they're doing maintenance on him or something. I don't think he really moves, does he? Is he really an animatronic? Because I have never seen him move. So I just thought he was, they just stuck him out there. But if you're not getting any complaints, then why remove him? That's what I'm saying.
Well, again, like I said, and I said this after you said Americans, is it wrong for an American to say, hey, this could be offensive to other cultures, maybe we shouldn't do it? Because I don't think it is. I think that's advocating. But also, we've said multiple times on this, the world is ever changing, and so is Disney, and Disney's going to make that change to be what's going, even though this might have been okay years ago, and for however many years it was, Disney at some point, if they choose to remove this, had a reason to do it. And as people who support Disney, we might not always agree with what they're doing, but we can choose to either not go or not worry about it.
Well, I just, what I'm stating is, obviously people have noticed that he's missing.
Yeah, and I think, and it's people who are complaining about it and saying, oh, this is ridiculous, everyone's being so sensitive about this, da, da, da.
No, but all I'm saying is, couldn't Disney extinguish this really quick just by putting out a statement saying, hey, he's either being maintained, or hey, we're doing it for this reason, instead of letting people go through and go,
but
oh my gosh, he's gone.
Why should they have to? We know that the Jungle Cruise is being refurbished. We know that there are going to be changes made. No. So why should Disney have to say anything? And we know why there are changes being made. They've already answered all of those questions.
Because it stops a rumor mill.
But all of those questions have already been answered. They already did all of it. It is a part of the Jungle Cruise attraction.
Yeah, but not once was it ever said about removing Trader Sam, who's a big part of that whole time. I mean, they named a bar after him.
But they talked about what changes were coming to the attraction itself. They shouldn't have to say specifically this one item is being taken out.
Okay.
I don't understand how, if they covered the attraction as a whole, how they should have to make a whole new announcement about one item in the attraction.
I think it's because he's popular.
But so is the attraction, and they made the announcement about the attraction.
All right, moving on.
Like, even you, in the past, when we were talking about this, on an older stream, we could go back and see it, you said, I hope this doesn't make any difference with Trader Sam. So it was in your mind with the announcement of the attraction. You had the thought process, I hope this doesn't do anything. So I just don't understand why, if the changes in the attraction made people think like, oh man, I hope that Trader Sam stays, like, then why would that be? Like, it's a part of the attraction, so why would there be a whole different article about him?
I'm just saying, once Disney started seeing stories like this pop up, why couldn't they just make a statement and say, hey, we're just...
I just think that's a ridiculous thing to expect, considering they've already announced about the attraction. I've got to go, though.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
She's kind of testy tonight. So then we also have It's Always Been a Dream. Man runs from Disneyland to Walt Disney World. For Texas residents, Don Muchow anything is possible, including a run from Disneyland to Walt Disney World. For anyone wondering, the monumental journey is roughly 2,761 miles and will take you through 8 different states. On Monday, the 59-year-old runner and Ironman reached Disney's Magic Kingdom theme park after running across the country as the first type 1 diabetic. So he says, I was diagnosed in 1972. Back then, there were no glucose meters and doctors knew the risk of low blood sugar. Muchow explained, my doctor told me not to exercise, and I followed these instructions for 42 years. Through this journey as a new type 1 diabetic, Muchow began to experience vision complications by 2003. He said, ultimately, these new medical problems helped kickstart his mission to get healthy and inspire other diabetics just like him. Many of us, want to be active, we want to be healthy, want to avoid complications, but there are complications to avoid complications. I wanted to help people who were living with the disease see that there are safe ways to do even epic things, he said. So why the Disney parks and why across the country? I have a friend of mine, and when I was explaining the transcontinental run, and he's a huge Disney fan, he said basically, well, are you running from Disneyland to Walt Disney World? Muchow explained. A little light bulb went on in my head, and I said, I don't think anyone has ever done that. Let's go look it up, and no one had. So to me, it made it special to kind of help fulfill a dream of his, and it's always been a dream of mine to run across the country. Muchow's journey was not just about reaching the Disney parks. He also wanted to get his foot wet in both the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans at the start, end, and his journey. The huge mission began in California's Newport Beach in February 2020, and while he hoped to finish the journey in one attempt, life had other plans. 1 month into the mission, Muchow said his father passed away, and 1 week prior to that, the coronavirus pandemic began to take a toll on the country. He said he was running through New Mexico when he noticed a Costco had run out of water and had long lines of people. We knew the headlines had become increasingly alarming, especially when the NBA canceled the season in early March, but that made us think hard about the wisdom of being out here at all, he said. We did our first big pause on March 24th of 2020. That was for 6 months. We picked back up in September during a low in the coronavirus numbers and ran the remainder of the way from Texas. It wasn't until March 2nd, Muchow and his wife continued their journey east at the Texas and Arkansas border. Muchow said each time they had to pause, they picked a spot they could find again on Google Map to resume. Each day, Muchow is running an estimated 32 miles from sunrise to sunset with a rest day every 10 days. It's one long road out there, and it can make my day to meet a random stranger going the other way across the country, connect with a friend, or anything like that, he said. Muchow gives himself insulin shots every day and uses a tandem insulin pump and a Dexcom continuous glucose monitor to help prevent dangerous low and high blood sugars while he is out running. The Dexcom technology is also linked to his wife's phone, so she receives an alert if his levels get too low. Muchow said through his journey across the country, the states of Arizona and Alabama are the hardest to run through.
That's kind
What
of
do you think of that, Margie?
That's kind of cool.
Hey, Bloom and Cheesa. So, I don't know, Mar, if he had a sponsorship. I mean, maybe he did. I don't know. But then again, he was doing it for awareness. So, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty inspiring right there, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I never even thought about that, running from one park to another. But then, of course, he was also running from one side or from one ocean to another too, is one of the things he wanted to do. So that's
Pretty amazing.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So, but another thing we got is Walt Disney World is hiring a principal firework designer. The Walt Disney Company is hiring a principal firework designer at Walt Disney World. A job listing for the role was posted on DisneyCareers.com. Pyrotechnic pixie dust moments add occasional burst of merriment each night at Magic Kingdom Park as projections effect transforms Cinderella Castle with a flourish of holiday cheer. These magical holiday touches occur throughout the night as part of the seasonal celebration happening across Walt Disney World resorts in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. Through December 30th, 2020, okay. So are they am I taking it they're wanting to do something special with the fireworks for the 50th? Is that what I'm taking it, or because it sounded like maybe bursts every once in a while through the night?
Oh, could be.
Yeah, that's true, Mara. He could get a sponsor or ad campaign now that he's completed the trip. You are correct. But I mean, and he did it during a time that obviously when, they had to pause for the pandemic and everything. So it would have been awesome to actually see him do the journey completely instead of having to go back and
I wonder if they vlogged any of it.
I don't know. It might be possible. So, good night, Journey awaits. But so another thing I was talking about, and I brought this up to Gonzo, Kelly, and VP, and everybody in the chat, if you could give me your opinion. And I think I've said something to Margie about this. I have been talking about changing the channel name. Now, it's not really that big of a change. It's just going from Addie Family Adventures just to AFA. And what I got from Kelly was that she was afraid that people wouldn't know what our channel was about if it was just AFA. But anytime I've ever watched YouTube, I've never gone and searched for a channel. It's usually a video I found, and then I go and see what their channel's about. So, but like I said, we could always change it. And if we don't like it, we can always change it back.
I don't know.
What do you mean, don't know?
I don't know.
Do you have any opinions at all?
I don't know if I just like it AFA. I don't know.
You don't know if you'd like it as AFA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. How about if we just change the name of our channel to Winston's Owners?
No one will watch.
If we put Winston in every video, they will. So, just on a line, applied for Avengers Campus. We'll talk to Disney associates tomorrow. I'm glad they're a Disney office in Seattle. Oh, wow. That's awesome, Bloom. We are going to get that plane sent out to you here pretty soon, Bloom and Cheesa.
I'm sorry.
We got some other things to get sent out as well. So, but yeah. So, what else, Marge? Is there anything else? I know I want to go do something this Sunday for a vlog, but I don't want to go by myself.
Oh, I can't. I mean,
does Haley work?
Schedule's just. I think she's going to be busy.
Yeah.
I asked her if she could go help with my family.
Oh, okay. So, I don't know. There's a couple of things. You'll go with me, Katrina? Are you coming all the way up here?
Get a flight to Indy on Spirit.
Yeah. Last time I took a flight on it or from Spirit down there, it cost me $80 round trip. Hey, Jeffrey.
Very cool.
But
Just like sudden downpour.
I'll tell you what. I'm glad it happened now.
Yeah, well, Haley's door flew open because she had her windows open. Now her bed's all wet.
Right. But well, I seen somebody who had their car windows down when it was raining. That's that. I'll tell you. We'll find some more Disney news, but just just to bring up what? Okay. What was I saying? Oh, so I delivered the Ohio side today, and basically I couldn't get my phone to bring up the weather, right? And so I'm like, all right. So I leave and I called mom, and she's like, did you take a rain jacket? And I said, no. And she goes, well, it's supposed to rain. And I'm like, the last time you told me to take a rain jacket, I wore a rain jacket all day long and it didn't rain. So on this route that's on the Ohio side, there's like a little bit of walking and then you're driving most of the time. So it starts, I was driving and it looks like it was getting ready to rain, but it wouldn't rain. Then I have 3 relays, which is a long street, and I have to walk the whole entire street. And it's looking really bad. I'm like, oh great, it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain while I'm out here walking. Well, when I got to the very end with like about 15 houses to do, it started sprinkling. Not too bad, nothing that I was getting drenched, but it felt good. It was warm out, a little cool water, felt good. And I'm like, all right, okay, I've made it through this. And then it started raining a little harder. And by that time, I was on the driving part. The only part of me that was getting wet is my arm because I have to reach out, open up the mailbox, and then put the mail in. So luckily I got to that part. But so, let's see. This is something. Yeah. Wow. Disney has created real Star Wars lightsabers for future theme park use. During a special look inside Disney Park virtual event today, Disney Park Chairman Josh D'Amaro showcased a real Star Wars lightsaber for future use at Disney parks. Josh D'Amaro closed out today's event by taking out a hilt, and a blade came out of thin air, illuminating a real lightsaber. He confirmed the authenticity himself by stating, it's real. Disney Park Chairman, okay, this is all Twitter. It's very well possible that this real lightsaber technology will be used at Disney parks in the future, with some people wondering if it will be utilized at the Star Wars Galaxy Star Cruiser Hotel that is coming to Walt Disney World, as Disney promised guests a full immersive multi-day. Let me see. Do they have? I was gonna see. Do they got a video of it? I mean, they got a picture of Josh D'Amaro from behind. Everything is in black and white, and he's holding the lightsaber out, and the blade is colored. So I don't know. I thought maybe they had a video.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
If I read this text message, will I still be able to stay on here?
I don't know. I've never really messed with the phones.
Okay.
I don't think it's that kind of a lightsaber, Mar. I think what it is like a show lightsaber. So it's just, with here, let me show you real quick. All right. I'm not going to be able to turn this on because I don't have the batteries in it. But what I'm guessing is that instead of having like a blade that you have to put in, I'm thinking they might have come up with something that allows the blade to actually like telescopically come out and make the noise, is what I'm guessing. So yeah, probably more. Yeah. So that's where I'm taking a guess. It's probably something that's got something that's telescopic and makes the blade come out instead of where you have to put the blade in and then it lights up like it comes out. That's what I'm guessing. So, but I don't know. That's and it doesn't sound like it's going to be something for sale. It just sounds like something they'll be using for like shows. So, I'm looking for other things.
It is really raining.
It is. Let's see. So the Avenger Campus is going to be opening date announced. Even though I don't go to Disneyland, I still would like to know what's going on over there. So June 4th, 2021. If I read that. The highly anticipated Avengers Campus Land at Disneyland Resort, Disney California Adventure Park will be opening on June 4th, 2021. That's something I'd really like, especially after seeing the technology with how they're doing Spider-Man. You know what I'm talking about? Where they've got like the robot that you can fling over and he moves and everything like Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Mar. No, I don't think it's an actual laser, Mar. I think it's just a tube that comes out to make it look like a real lightsaber, like you just really ignited one instead of having where you have the tube that's already there. So, but other than that, so Magic Mobile is going to be coming to Android at the end of the month. Ooh, how about that one, Marge? Disney vacationers may be in for an active hurricane season.
Oh.
If you have ever visited Disney World in the summer, you definitely know that Florida weather can really affect your vacation. From the heat to the tropical storms, being in Disney World from June 1st and lasts until November 30th, guests are more prone to experiencing a hurricane on their trip, especially during August and September. Now, it seems that those traveling to Disney World in 2021 should expect to possibly encounter some above normal hurricanes. According to a report from Colorado State University, the probability of hurricanes this year is higher than usual. We anticipate that the 2021 Atlantic Basin hurricane season will have above normal activity. Current week El Nino conditions may transition to neutral Enzo by this summer fall, but the odds of a significant El Nino seems unlikely. Sea surface temperatures averaged across the tropic Atlantic are currently near average, while subtropical Atlantic sea surface temperatures are warmer than normal. We anticipate an above average probability for major hurricane making landfall along the continental United States coastline and into the Caribbean. As is the case with all hurricane seasons, coastal residents are reminded that it only takes one hurricane making landfall to make it an active season for them. They should prepare the same for every season, regardless of how much activity is predicted. We also know that the 2020 hurricane season was very active, but none of the heavy hitters visited Disney World. Hurricane Isaias, I don't know, posed the biggest threat, but it seems that aside from a lot of wind and rain hitting the resort, Disney World did not suffer. So with that being said, even though hurricanes are already predicted for this year, if you are in Disney World during hurricane season, you are actually in a very safe area. Even with the strongest tropical winds, Disney World has been built to withstand the strongest weather that Florida presents.
Hello?
Did we just lose internet for a second?
For a second.
New Mirrors bus line is replacing the old name. It's never going to be called Mirrors Connect instead of Disney Transport.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Sure messed up the Beverly Challenge. Yes, Mar. Yes. Yes. Hope it's not so bad since Kelly and Mama plus Jeff and Angela and Walt and Melissa have moved there and Steve is going to. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the thing is that's just, if you're moving there, that that's one of the things that happens in Florida. It's like tornado season up here. So
That's my favorite time of year here.
Tornado season is your favorite time of the year here.
I love it. Nothing like a good storm.
I think we're gonna go ahead. I know it's a little early, but I've already ran out of news. But other than that, thank you all for coming in and watching. I would like to stay longer, but I have to go watch a movie and write trivia questions about a duck. So
sorry I was late.
That's all right. So, but thank you all for coming in. Mark, Katrina, Disney Trash Can, Jeffrey. Who else do we have?
Bloom and
Cheesa, Journey Awaits, Kadani Sean. I think I named them all. But once again, thanks for coming in. I really wasn't that well prepared today, and I apologize for that. But as for that, thank you once again for all coming in, and we hope to see you next week. So we'll see you later. Bye.